think as an increase of tax. When you go to a public institution and are charged a $10,000 fee, not tuition, but a $10,000 fee, I say that's a tax on education to keep certain people from achieving their goals in life. But, that's all I have right now.
Hi everybody. Yeah, some of you might recognize me from the math lab. I'm Brian Cruz, staff here on campus, teaching assistant. I teach some of the math E classes in small groups, and also work in the math tutoring lab. And I'm absolutely ecstatic to see that this many people are out here the night before a 4-day weekend, because we actually think it's more important to protest the cuts happening in education. So first of all, let's give ourselves a hand for that. Now, speaking from a staff perspective about the cuts that are happening here at school, so far at this school, people might know there's been a hiring freeze, and so actually what that means is when people leave, they don't fill that spot, so there are more people doing, or there are less people doing the same amount of work. It's essentially a speed up in the workplace. We see that both for the staff and also for the faculty. Also, people have had, are being told they can't have overtime anymore, and we're actually seeing where the cuts are starting to affect workers here at the school. What I think is one of the worst things I've seen, though, is where we're forced to try to make a decision between what happens. Do we lay off workers here or cut things here, or do we actually try to save summer classes for students at City College? And I actually think we actually have to break out of the box. It's not our choice. It's not our decision. It shouldn't have to be our decision what we cut. Because actually the people who decided to cut are the people like Schwarzenegger, are the people who are cutting things from the top and saying, you know what, education in California, you don't deserve any more money. The people who deserve it more are the rich who aren't paying their taxes, and the rich who are getting bailouts from the government, as Jordan just pointed out right before me. And I think what's important, it's important to step back and see what they're doing right now to public education. What they're doing, we have to understand our country is running the largest deficit it has in a long time. One of the main reasons it's running this deficit is actually here. It has to do with the wars that we're engaged in right now. It also has to do with the $720 billion plus that was given to bankers last year. So imagine this massive amount of debt that our government has to figure out what to do with, and who do they look to actually pay for that debt? Well, they're not going to go to the rich. They're going to go to people like us. They're going to go to blue-collar workers. They're going to go to schools. They're going to go to education. And they're going to say, you know what, working people, screw you. We already have it good. Life's going to be hard for you. And we actually see the sad story of many students trying to make ends meet, going to school, having to work, looking for a job. If you have a job, you're lucky. And we actually have to start demanding something. We actually have to say to the people on top, you know what? We need to say cut the war. They're telling us cut healthcare, cut schools. We need to say, you know what? Cut the bankers' salaries, cut the bonuses for the CEOs. And we actually need to make our voices heard. We need to get out on the streets and that.
In the struggle. Diamond Dave has been doing it for 50 years. So our brother here has a lot of experience in fighting for not just educational rights, but human rights.
Doing more together than any of us can do on our own. So let's get on the same, this is living proof. This is the way it works. Let's get on the same page. Get out of the box and push the envelope. Because what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Power to the people, we're bringing it back. I always say I'm never poor, and I'm never bored, as long as I have my library card. And I'm not going to read.
Hasta mí, presa, haciendo más cárceles, pero no proveyendo esto, que es más importante. El staff que necesitamos, que nos representa aquí, todos ellos, se quedan sin dinero, sin salario. ¿Qué van a llevar ellos a su familia si su trabajo no está presente? Díganme. Traducir.
So where they want us
is out on the streets and possibly incarcerated. They don't want us with our books. They don't want us with solidarity with the workers. They don't want the workers to have better benefits and security, you know, in these times of cuts.
Okay. Hi, my name is Christina, and I'm a full-time student here. This is my 3rd year here, and I'm taking 17 units. I'm also a member of a student group here on campus called Student Union Power. And I wanted to get up and just talk about some of the things that I see on TV, on the TV news, and how disgusted I am, basically. Like not only cuts to our education, but cuts to our social services, the amount of homeless people out on the streets now due to foreclosures, and how their student movement is really inspirational. There have been occupations all across California at our universities, there have been strikes, and I see that that needs to be brought out, like, because we are not only affected as students, we're affected as workers, we are affected as, you know what I mean, as friends of people that are going to Iraq later this year. My best friend is going to Iraq later this year. This is more than about education, and I feel like we should definitely bring it out on March 4th, call for a strike of the public sector, and make sure that we include stopping these wars and our demands, stopping the incarceration of our youth, stopping these foreclosures. So, thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Sitting on my legs for too long. I just like to say all power to the people.
All power!
Because the people definitely have all of the power. And the main thing is, I don't really like being lied to, but I hate being bullshitted, right? And they sit up here, they talk about, oh, what is Obama's gonna do about health care? What is he gonna do about health care? And, okay, we're gonna get better health care, but you read in Cuba or in Canada, health care is free. And they don't even make as much money as America does. So it's like, oh. So it's like right there from the start, I know that we're being bullshitted. Jesse the Body Ventura, he's an ex-wrestler or whatever, but now he's a conspiracy. He's a former governor of Minnesota. And now he's a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but he says, you know, I'm always skeptical. This was about 9/11, or after 9/11, going to Iraq, all that. And he said, I'm always skeptical because I come from the generation that was lied to, and we're still being lied to. And what I want to say is all power to the people, because this is a nation of the people, for the people, and by the people. So that policeman that works right there, he's not my authority. He's authority over peace. That's why they call peace officers. And actually he works for us. See what I'm saying? He serves us. He's supposed to serve us. As long as he's supposed to keep us, he probably will. He seems pretty cool. I'm not knocking him personally. Well, I'm just saying in general, you know, he's supposed to keep us safe and different things. Right. But see, the whole thing about it is, I seen a guy reading the Bible earlier, and it said, and when the Bible it says, people suffer for a lack of what they don't know. And every day, I mean, we get more technology, better cell phones, but the people are getting less and less informed. I don't want to say we're getting dumber. I don't want to offend my people, but we're getting less and less informed. So I recommend everybody start to inform yourself. So I don't want to talk too long, but everybody hold on strong. Remember, the 4th, March the 4th, March the 22nd, remember them dates? But it's not just about them dates. This is like years and years to come, because they are counting on your apathy.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Javier. I was a high school teacher in Oakland. I taught economics and social studies. And due to a lot of political problems and the budget cuts, my high school was closed down. We're an alternative high school. Ooh, watch out, man. Careful. So anyways, I want to say this is really inspirational. I spent 4 years in community college, and I think community college are central institutions in California for working class youth to get access to an education. This action is very important for these reasons. But what I really want to talk about is March 4th. Okay, March 4th is very, very interesting because it's the first time a whole array of political organizations and different forces all came together throughout the state